Hello all, I am Nutana, third year undergraduate electrical engineering. So today I'm gonna take you through this content of this paper titled LUCAS, Lung Cancer Screening with Multinomial Biomarkers. From multinomial learning for clinical decision support and clinical image-based procedures by Laura Daza, Angelia Castillo, Maria Escobar and others by Center for Research and Formation in Artificial Intelligence, Columbia. Going through this abstract, lung cancer screening. LUCAS dataset is presented for evaluating lung cancer diagnosis with both imaging and clinical biomarkers in a realistic screening setting. Key information is extracted from anonymized clinical records and radiology reports and used it as natural complement to low-dose chest CT scans of patients. This task is formulated as a detection problem and deep learning baseline is developed. These results provide solid empirical evidence for the difficulty of the task in the LUCAS dataset and for the interest of including multinomial biomarkers in the analysis. All the resources of LUCAS dataset are publicly available. Lung cancer is the second most common type of cancer in the world. Its high incidence and multiple risk factors make it a critical worldwide health problem and the focus of a considerable amount of research. In last decade, constant progress in the development of treatments for lung cancer has ensured that if detected early, the prognosis is relatively benign, which means non-cancerous, and the survival rate is pretty high. Despite all those advances like processing patients' DNA to identify the recurrence of lung cancer is still the leading cause of death by cancer in the world, suppressing the combined casualties of the next three types of cancers. Every year, around 2.09 million new cases are detected, which is 11.6% of total cases. And nearly 1.76 million people die because of this disease, representing 18.4% of the total deaths by cancer. The survival rate after 5 years of diagnosis for lung cancer is only 12% worldwide, which means that in practice, being diagnosed today with lung cancer amounts to death penalty for patients. The reason behind all of this is that the absence of symptoms in patients of early lung cancer. Typically, symptoms become evident only when the disease is highly advanced and other organs are already compromised, like in the stage of third or fourth, when efficiency of existing treatments and hence chances of survival are seriously low and compromised. To improve this situation in patients with lung cancer, it is necessary to make the proper early diagnosis, which in turn requires an accurate understanding of medical images because of the visual evidence of this pathology. Nowadays, physicians use computed tomography, CT scans, to visualize the lungs of the patients and look for any life-threatening abnormality. However, because a pulmonary nodule is a rounded or irregular opacity that measures less than 30 mm in diameter, lung nodules can be cancerous, though most of them are non-cancerous in the beginning. Finding them in a 3D medical image is a challenging task. Nodule detection by visual inspection is highly prone to error, even for specialists, resulting in loss of between 43 and 52% of the nodules when evaluating the diagnostic image. Once the nodule has been detected, the next step is the malignancy prediction of the findings. Specialists perform this task by visually inspecting the lesions and classifying them according to the standardized descriptions of morphological characteristics, hence relying heavily on their own experience. Discrepancies among specialists are particularly concerning for this disease, as a single undetected or incorrectly classified nodule can compromise the life of the patient. This situation has spurred the appearance of medical imaging or machine learning techniques to assist specialists in early lung cancer detection. Accurate automated methods to perform this task would reduce the variations of assessments made by different experts, providing a more robust measure of lung nodule presence, which is critical for early cancer diagnosis and treatment planning, which resulted in great progress in automated lung nodule detection and lung cancer diagnosis in the last decade, which is the result of a collective effort by a growing research community, which has undertaken the task of collecting and releasing large annotated datasets. The first pioneering effort was the LIDC or IDRI database, which provided combined annotations by 4 experts of detected nodules for more than 1,000 patients. Subsequently, the same data was used for the lung nodule analysis, which is known as LUNA Challenge, in 2016. Concerning nodule classification, the first public challenge was the Lung Nodule Classification Challenge in 2015, which provided winning annotations for 60 nodules. In 2017, the Lung Nodule Malignancy Challenge provided 1384 cases for nodule classification. In 2018, the ISBI Lung Nodule Malignancy Prediction Challenge provided sequential low-dose CT scans at 2 screening intervals from the National Lung Screening Trial, with matched identified nodules from the same subject for 100 patients. Finally, the 2020 Grand Challenge on Automatic Lung Cancer Management focused on automatic classification of the chest CT scans according to 2017 Flenscher Society Pulmonary Nodule Guidelines for patient follow-up, recommendation on 294 cases. Some other method belongs to the semi-supervised approach, providing an interactive solution to the physician. The availability of large-scale annotated database has spurred the development of deep learning techniques for nodule detection and lung cancer. Although deep learning methods have pushed forward automated early lung cancer diagnosis in recent years, this task is still far from being solved, and large-scale low-dose screening of the population is still years away from development. One of the main limitations for realistic lung cancer prediction of existing experimental frameworks is the formulation of the task itself. As all existing datasets and challenges seek to diagnose the disease using exclusively visual data. State-of-the-art approaches for lung cancer classification take as input HSCT and produce a probability of cancer. This setup is radically different from clinical practice, which aggregates naturally multimodal information. Even though specialists evaluate by visual inspection standardized morphological characteristics of nodules for their classification, they also take into consideration all their knowledge of the content and the patient's history. As an example, a radiologist will not study in the same way an image from a healthy child and one from with a 20-year smoking history. In order to access the difficulty of the task in the Lucas dataset and to set a baseline for the future reference, we developed a deep learning technique that combines visual and clinical data for lung cancer prediction. Given the highly unbalanced nature of the detection task we address, we model it as a detection problem and we evaluate our results with the point that maximizes the precision recall curve, F-source, in which precision quantifies the number of positive class predictions that actually belong to the positive class. Recall quantifies the number of positive class predictions made out of positive examples in the dataset. F-measure provides a single score that balances both of them, which is a standard metric in computer vision that is more precise than the AUC ROC, area under the curve receiver operating characteristics, used by existing datasets. Going to the details of the dataset, in this paper, the lung cancer screening LUCAS dataset is presented, the first multimodal experimental framework for early lung cancer diagnosis. Large dataset with low dose CT scans of 830 patients in a real world screening scenario, with patients having different risks of developing lung cancer, and that the data mimics the incidence of lung cancer in the population. 72 of these patients are diagnosed with cancer by an expert physician. Also, the clinical reports associated with each CT scans to have an integral understanding of the medical history of the patient are collected. This information is processed to create a multimodal framework that includes visual information as well as set of relevant biomarkers that might indicate risk factors. We select 20% of these scans for testing, ensuring that both test and train sets have equal ratio of positive and negative cases. However, the information in these reports varies according to the level of detail registered by the physician. For this reason, we turn the clinical reports into sets of structured information to facilitate automated interpretation. We translate the reports into biomarkers that include relevant information for lung cancer diagnosis. The first category includes factors that are directly correlated with lung cancer, such as medical history of cancer or factors that are direct consequence of lung cancer like presence of pulmonary nodules. The second category of the table is biomarkers regarding the patient's clinical history. The last category corresponds to visual analysis biomarkers. This category is composed by visual aspects of the CT scan that were highlighted by physician in the report. Going to the approach, image preprocessing. Variations in the voxel spacing of data may affect convolutional neural networks' understanding of the images. For this reason, we resample the volumes of the median voxel spacing of the entire dataset using spline interpolation of third degree. In addition, the images are cropped in depth dimension to include only the lungs of the patients. Finally, we perform a Z-score normalization based on the statistics calculated for lung nodules in the medical segmentation decathlon, which is known as MSD. For lung nodule segmentation, we model it as detection problem and we evaluate our results with the point that maximizes the precision recall curve F source, which is already mentioned. We train 3 methods to predict the probability of cancer for each patient, in which first one is image-based approach. We use classification network with a backbone pre-trained for lung nodule segmentation using lung dataset from the MSD and 2 fully connected layers to obtain the probability of the cancer. The backbone has 5 stages with depthwise separable convolutions and a strided convolution. The number of feature maps is set to 32 in the first stage and is doubled after every dimensionality reduction, making sure that the maximum number of feature maps is 512. We use instant normalization instead of standard batch normalization. Coming to second thing, biomarkers based approach. We use a multi-layer perspectron to learn the relation between biomarkers. The model contains a fully connected layer to encode the inputs followed by the same classification layers used for the image classification. And the last one is multimodal based approach. We integrate both approaches for individual modalities to obtain visual features from the CT scans and relevant information from the clinical reports. We perform the encoding stage for images and biomarkers in parallel and cascade the resulting features to learn a joint representation using fully connected layers. We train our model for 40 epochs using Adam optimizer with weight decay of e to the power of -5 and an initial learning rate of e to the power of -3. The learning rate is reduced by a factor of 0.1 if the validation loss has not decreased in the previous 10 epochs. This is the overview of the multimodal classification method. Our model extracts features from the diagnostic image and clinical report of the patient. Afterward, 2 fully connected layers combine the information to predict the probability of the cancer. Coming to results, this table presents the results for both ROC AOC and the maximal F score of the precision recall. The difference is absolute scores of the two metrics highlights the more stringent nature of the F source and its appropriateness for detection tasks. As in contrast to the ROC AOC, it does not take into account true negatives in the computation. In both matrices, our multimodal baseline clearly outperforms. This result indicates that the two modalities provide complementary information and our method is capable of taking benefit from improved detection. However, a closer look into the sources reveals that the maximal F score is only 25% of the combined system. Figure shows different possible rankings for the three algorithms, all based on the same individual scores. We can observe that the multimodal baseline is consistently ranked first, while the versions with a single modality can switch places depending on the specific ranking mechanism. This result underscores again the complementary nature of visual and clinical data, as well as the appropriateness of our multimodal system for leveraging it. Above figure presents the dot and box plots of the individual scores, revealing a much tighter distribution for the multimodal system, and hence providing supporting evidence for the statistical significance of our results. Hence, we conclude that they developed a multimodal deep neural network as a strong baseline for future reference and show empirically the complementary nature of visual and clinical data for lung cancer detection. However, a closer look at the scores reveals that the maximal F score is only 25% of the combined system, suggesting that lung cancer detection in the realistic setting of Lucas dataset is still a challenging problem, even in the presence of multimodal biomarkers. They hope that the availability of experimental framework will enable the development of new generations of multimodal techniques and the exploration of new ideas for early lung cancer diagnosis. Thank you for your time.